Hey, what's up? Kalen here. In this video, I wanted to talk about the opportunity that the Adobe acquisition represents. Uh, by the way, first of all, I think I might rename this to the old "Get Off My Lawn" podcast or something like that because my old man game is so strong with this lazy boy. But anyway, I was having some conversations and stuff, and it was it's funny. It kind of with the whole Adobe acquisition, a lot of people are some people are starting to relax a little bit about things, seeing what Adobe's doing around open source and stuff like that. But there's generally sort of been this initial negative reaction, probably because things that have happened in the past in the Magento community, eBay, eBay. But somebody mentioned something to me which really made me think, which is like this is a huge opportunity for everybody, not just for the big companies, the big partners, the big SIs. Like this is really an opportunity for everybody in the whole community. And you know, um, change is hard. People tend to, for whatever reason, kind of react negatively to change. Like I was all hot and bothered. It wasn't until like, I don't know, 24 hours in and like 6 hours of live streams that I realized like this is probably going to be good for Commerce Hero. Like there's going to be more demand for Magento developers, et cetera, et cetera. But my first reaction was like, oh, Magento community, blah, 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 blah. And so, um, yeah, I think that, I've heard from agencies that are worried, is my business going to become obsolete? Are we going to get, beaten out by other competitors in this different ecosystem and things like that? And I think different people, extension vendors, probably everybody has some level of worry about it, but really it's an opportunity. Like there's a huge vote of confidence in Magento by a massive software company, and there's this whole other ecosystem that this whole Adobe ecosystem, which to be honest, I didn't know very much about. I'm kind of curious to start learning a little bit about it, and that's kind of the opportunity we have is like instead of like, having our tinfoil hats firmly placed on our heads and kind of like um, wondering what's going to happen. And that's a valid thing to talk about and think about. And I'll probably continue talking about it and thinking about it. But there's not a whole lot you can do. Like, there's not a whole lot you can do other than, and Miguel Barpardo just does a good job of talking about this. Is like, hey, go contribute on open source. But there's not a whole lot you can do that's going to change what plans executives at Adobe may have 2 years from now, 5 years from now. What you can control is how you react to it, how you respond to it. Change is inevitable in this industry. And so, there's this whole other ecosystem. There's this whole other cloud. There's Experience Cloud, which I still don't get. I'm starting to wrap my head around it a little bit. It seems like, and I've been talking to some people that are in the Adobe world, it seems like basically they have a cool CMS. That's pretty much what it is. So, anyways, there's this whole, and a lot of the agencies on the kind of in the Adobe ecosystem are more creative. They're more marketing. And so it gives us an opportunity to kind of broaden things out a little bit. Now, you might not like that. You might be like, hey, I'm a Magento developer. I just want to do Magento development. And that's probably going to continue. There's probably going to continue to be a huge market for that. I mean, I'm not, Commerce Hero is mostly focused on Magento developers, and I'm not pivoting to, hiring Adobe creative professionals just yet. So there's going to continue to be a market for that. But yeah, so it's there's this whole opportunity, and this is an interesting time. Like I think of Magento too. There were people that were very kind of smart and strategic about jumping into Magento 2 when it was starting to transition over, doing a lot of documentation around it, doing a lot of content around it, getting involved with Magento partnership, those types of things. And this is a similar time, right? So instead of just worrying like, oh, what's going to happen, like you can jump in, kind of get ahead of the curve, skate ahead of the puck. Shout out Paul. And get ahead of this thing, and get a piece of that pie. So I think there is an opportunity there, and I just think that's something that I know that I didn't initially think about. Having some conversations kind of made me see that a little bit differently. So, yeah. So that's. Let me know what you think on that. Questions or comments in the comments section below would be appreciated. And thanks for watching.